not gonna lie, I almost fell asleep in this episode of Friday Night SmackDown because this episode was absolutely boring. It was the most boringest episode I've ever seen in my entire life. My entire time watching WWE, watching wrestling. I almost fell asleep. Again, I took a nap I fell asleep at like 3 o'clock, didn't wake up until like 5. And I almost fell asleep again. And that probably would have been literally the rest of the night. And I swear, if SmackDown was 3 hours, I would have turned it off. I'm not even joking. I would have turned it off. Because how boring. And I feel so bad for Boston. Because first off, the Boston crowd honestly kind of deserved it. Because they made like 2 noises the entire show. Which didn't help at all. And it was just a boring show anyway, because the crowd didn't help. I feel like if the crowd was louder, I would feel like it would have been more exciting. And all the matches were lame. Bro, can WWE get better? Oh, actually, you know what? I know exactly why this SmackDown episode was trash. Because Triple H is on vacation in Greece with Stephanie right now. It should be illegal for him to go on vacation. I'm saying it right here, right now. You disagree with me all you want. But that man does not deserve a vacation. Especially after this Friday Night SmackDown. Disgusting, man. It is not a Friday Night SmackDown without the MFTs and the United States Champ Solo Sikoa starting off the show. Obviously, you got Orless Man Buddy, JC Mateo. You got Mago Tangaloa. Then you got this man with less aura than a cheeseburger back there. Talatanga, Talalonga, Longatanga, Tongalonga, Sucka. I don't know. And then we got a United States Champion who loses every single episode of Friday Night SmackDown, Solo Sika. And yes, I said that on purpose because he's now losing his O in his name and A in his name because he no longer deserves it. Because he loses, all he does is just lose. All he does is lose, so he doesn't deserve the A or O in his name no more. Solo claims that the MFTs run Friday Night SmackDown, and last week Sami Zayn showed up here, so we showed up on Raw. We stomped him out, we stomped Jacob out, and we also stomped Jimmy Uso out, aka Little Big Brother Jimmy Uso. By the way, we are getting Naomi on Raw to announce something. Don't know what it is. Don't know. Kinda scared. Very scared. Don't like that. I don't like that. Not one bit. Sami Zayn, once again, for who knows reason, came out on Friday Night SmackDown, even though he's a Raw superstar. Even though we learned that he got transferred to SmackDown, which I think is honestly good because he's been on Raw for entirely too long. So I'm glad that Sami Zayn is finally going to get a new scenery, a new place to have that underdog mentality, even though he hasn't been an underdog in a year and a half. Sami Zayn says, if I beat Rusev, there could have been a chance I would have been in the world title match at Clash in Paris, but now there's no chance ever. By the way, Sami, you are literally so dumb. You said if I beat Rusev, who's not even looking for a title right now, said there's a possibility if you beated him that you could have had a chance to in the world title match at Clash. No, because you're not even in close proximity to the World Heavyweight Championship division, Seth Rollins and Rusev. Because Rusev is like 25 billion years away from the World Heavyweight Championship division, and Sami Zayn is like right next to him. Why made you think that if you beat Rusev, you were going to get in the World Championship? Anyway, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He also said that I was so focused on being a world champion, but you made me realize, Solo, there's more in WWE, and the United States Championship is another title I've never held, which is honestly surprising. I don't know why. Solo got mad a little bit and said, Sammy, you're not a SmackDown guy. Get out of my ring, get out of my show, blah, blah, blah. And that's where Sammy announced that he isn't officially on Friday Night SmackDown, which again, I think is a W because I feel like Sammy outgrew Raw because he's been on there since WrestleMania 39. And that was 2 years ago, so let's get this man out let's get him out of Raw and add him back in the Bloodline. Not the by the way, not the actual bloodline, or the MFTs, but just add them into the bloodline vortex where it's unescapable. Because as soon as you get consumed in there, the only way you get out of it is if you're released or you switch brands. And as soon as you hit Friday Night SmackDown and you were once a part of the bloodline vortex, you're sucked in there for the rest of your career unless you switch brands, which even that might not even help. Because look at Jimmy Uso. This man's been in the bloodline vortex for over 5 years at this point. Of course, Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa eventually got into a brawl. The MFTs joined in. Jimmy Uso came out, Tala Longa, Tonga Longa, Longa Tonga, Tala Longa, whatever his name is, of course attacked Jimmy and took Jimmy out. But of course, Jacob Fatu eventually came out, helped for once again in the billionth times in the week. Because every single episode of Friday Night SmackDown, we see Jacob Fatu take out this MFT group for no apparent reason because this is the weakest Oralist faction of all time. Of course, it was also made official by Nick Aldis, who has never has a main event booked. Get this man out of here, bro. He sucks at his job. Get a better job. Chelsea Green had a little backstage segment saying that she was like, she bravely crashed the birthday celebration and bravely had her face smashed into the birthday cake. Honestly, that's all I got from it because I haven't went back and read it, and I think I still got lost. So I'm not exactly sure what I was supposed to get from this segment. All I know is, never mind. So Bliss was getting ready for her singles match, and I'm not gonna lie, this was the only singles match on the entire card, and it was still boring. I don't know how it's possible. I don't understand it's possible. Holy Charlotte. Cut that out, bro. Cut that out. It's not funny, bro. We saw Alexa Bliss versus Piper Niven on the King of the Hill logo, if I might add. But Piper did eat some forearms. But also got some payback on Alexa by hitting her with some suplexes. And, of course, Alexa eventually let Piper hit herself in the corner, tried to do a roll-up that only did for 1-2, which ended up working in Alexa's favor. Bad, I just looked at the second one. This actually really did turn into a roll for a 1-2-3. I messed up. I'm kind of dumb. But this ended up being a fight between Alexa Bliss and the Secret Service. And anyway, we saw Charlotte give some chops to Chelsea Green, but she ended up getting taken out and hit into the LED post by Chelsea Green, and ended up taken out over the little barricade by the ringside thing. And then, sadly, Alexa Bliss was crushed by Piper Niven, and they stood tall. The Secret Service and Chelsea Green stood tall at the night SmackDown. For some odd reason, Jade Cargill wants her rematch against Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton doesn't think she deserves it, which is 100% agreed upon because why do you need a rematch, Jade? You lost at SummerSlam, that's it. You have to win a qualifying match. If you're not going to win a qualifying match, then go on to do bigger and better things. Which is, there's nothing to do bigger, better things, because this is the bigger, better thing. Right here. I mean, right here, right here. The WWE Women's Championship. But before we get into that, sadly, why? And of course, Nia Jax. Apparently, her NXT run is done. Sadly, um, she says she wants a match with Tiffany Stratton, which Tiffany Stratton says, "I okay. If you think my title reign is a fluke, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I'll get you before I'll prove Jade wrong as well." Why are we seeing another No, no, wait, hold on. Why are we seeing another Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton for the women's championship match? That is done, and move Nia out of SmackDown. Get her on Raw. Get her on any other brand that's not SmackDown. Get her away from Tiffany Stratton's championship. Please. I'd rather see Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton again. Even though it was a good match at SummerSlam. I don't know why I'm hating, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton no more. If we see... Bro, I will crash out if we see Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax for the Women's Championship on Clash in Paris. Please have Jade Cargill take her on. The Awesome Man, The Miz, and Carmelo Hayes took on Fraxium on this Friday Night SmackDown, which I can already feel the Mellows heel turn / face turn, whatever they're planning here. But we did see the WWE Tag Team Champions in the crowd staring at them for who knows whose reason. But before we move on to that, remember when Dexter Lumis kidnapped The Miz on a random episode of Monday Night Raw in 2022? I'm still trying to figure out Oh, wait, I forgot it. Because Miz paid Dexter money because he was in a feud Johnny Gargano, and The Miz refused to pay Dexter Lumis that money. I don't know. It's something about a loan that Miz was apparently owed Dexter Lumis, and Dexter Lumis really wanted that money, so he decided to kidnap Miz. I think Johnny Gargano released that footage. Remember that? Why was that even a thing? Who knows, honestly? That was some random booking. During a Fraxium match, we have to expect greatness, goodness, and absolutely perfectionist is what we got here, because we saw the absolutely incredible Axiom hit Miz with all type of different stuff. Even hit this nasty, who knows what this is, but I just remember what it is. It's Nathan Frazier giving Melo a DDT, which looked beautiful because Melo sold it beautifully. So yeah, the crowd did make noise in this match, just for Carmelo Hayes though. And then after that, it just went downhill. I think I could literally did a backflip in the ring, and that would have got a bigger pop than anything that happened here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't even know, bro. But it was sad to see that for real though. But we did see Axiom do some jumping abilities on The Miz. We even saw Fraxium go flying on The Miz again. Don't know what they have against Miz. Maybe we'll find out. But I felt like Nathan Frazier and Axiom were moving at super slow speed. Maybe it's because I'm just so used to their NXT Tag Team Championship matches where they moved at 125 miles per hour. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Please move at 125 miles per hour. I don't know what I'm saying no more, boys. But we did see this crazy thing where Nathan Frazier got reversed by The Miz, I believe. I actually don't remember any of these spots because how boring this episode of Friday Night SmackDown was. But we ended up getting to see Nathan Frazier missing his famous Phoenix Splash, which led to this nasty spot where Melo tried to do a springboard clothesline, but Nathan Frazier got on the rope. He did that classic, like, inverted Spanish fly, and Melo landed on his basically face with Nathan Frazier crashing down. All I remember is Andrade and Melo do this move perfectly when they wrestle together. Give me another Game 7, please. Nathan Frazier hits the Phoenix Splash on Carmelo Hayes, but somehow The Miz steps on Nathan Frazier's back, did a quick tornado DDT on Axiom, which, by the way, we only be seeing that from like actual good, who actually has way more in-ring experience, or who has way fewer less in-ring experience than the Miz, and who is like technically in better ring, like I don't know, better ring skills than the Miz. But apparently the Miz can do it as well. Never questioned the Miz's ability once, because I know that Miz can do pretty good stuff when he can get the abilities and the things to do so. But he did a crazy spot that I think we all should give him credit for. Frazier is trying to give a suplex or superplex from Carmelo Hayes to the top rope, or from the top rope to the bottom, but Melo turned it into a suplex cutter somehow. I don't know how he did it. But again, he tried to go for it, nothing but net. But the Miz tagged in, hit Nathan Frazier with the Skull Crush finale for the 1, 2, 3. Melo don't Miz. Won the match, and I can already see the breakup about to appear in a matter of weeks. And I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be less than 2 weeks that these two start, arguing and messing up again. Just gonna call it. I'm gonna say in 2 weeks from now, Melo will either be a heel or a babyface. Calling it right now. Kiana James tried to convince Tiffany Stratton to join her group with a bribe, like a pink Tiffany Stratton Custom Championship, which, by the way, I'm surprised Tiffany Stratton hasn't done that, though. But Tiffany rejects, saying, she's been champion this long, she can do it without them. And Kiana James threatens her, saying, if you're not with us, you're against us. Same old shabackle. And please, 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 please have Julia take on Tiffany Stratton. That would absolutely be fire. The Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre came out to cut his promo and basically address what he did to Cody Rhodes. And honestly, it was pretty interesting take from Drew. And he said that people were asking him, why did he attack Cody last week? And he said, I didn't attack Cody. He said he would elaborate that a little more on later in the promo, which he ended up doing. He asked Joe Tess if there was a medical update. Joe Tess said no. And crazy enough, Drew McIntyre says management is hiding Cody's injuries because he is their golden boy, which he's not 100% wrong. Cody Rhodes is one of WWE's golden boys. We will not deny it. We will not deny the facts. Even Drew McIntyre says Cody Rhodes attacked him after the match ended when the DQ happened, which I guess that really did end up happening, because now I'm thinking about it, that's how it happened, which is crazy. And Drew's actually spitting facts here. Even though I'm a D1 Cody Rhodes glazer, this man, Drew McIntyre, is spitting some facts. I don't know, bro. Why are you spitting facts like this, bro? Like, Drew McIntyre is spitting facts over and over and over again. And it's not even that bad of facts to spit. He even decided to investigate the crime scene. And he said that Cody Rhodes was going to put me through the announcer's table, because he took that little play thing right here off. And he's honestly right. Cody Rhodes is probably going to put him through the table. And does that mean Cody Rhodes is a bad guy? Hell no, because he's my GOAT. He's my GOAT. But Drew has some points here. He has some points. But anyway, Drew ends up saying he's not the bad guy, but if he gets provoked, he is the Nightmare, which I'm guessing is going to lead into a Clash in Paris feud if Cody's there next week on Friday Night SmackDown. I know John Cena is, but don't know if Cody Rhodes is. But Drew did say that he wants the WWE Championship. He earns it. He wants to show it to his family, all that stuff, and that. So I think it's very, very cool that Drew wants the title so bad that he wants to take it, put it up on a mantle, and show his friends and family. Next, we got one of the millions of tag team matches in Cross Night SmackDown. We got the Street Profits taking on DIY in another tag team match, and I'm kind of tired of these tag team matches because they're like literally all the same. So I'm just gonna skip to the end. We saw a bunch of attacks from both teams. Candice LeRae ended up throwing BFAB into literally the steel steps. I'm pretty sure BFAB actually almost injured herself. Can someone give us an update on BFAB? Is her eye okay? Her face kind of hit the corner right here and kind of looked like her eye hit it right there. Not 100% sure. Can we get a recheck on BFAB really quick? I'm just want to be sure. Which ended up costing the Street Profits from not able to hit the jumping blockbuster avalanche thing. But they didn't really do anything because, after the super kick into the fairy tale ending, Dawkins ended up saving the match up, which, of course, he would do that to save his team. Tommaso almost hit Johnny Gargano right here. We saw the spine buster into the frog splash for the 1, 2, 3. Street Profits win the match, I think. I don't really remember. It has to be, though. For the match, though. For the 1, 2, 3 wins the match. So congratulations to them. I'm done with these tag team matches. Let's get rid of them for now. Thank you. Motor City Machine Gun says that Mello is getting manipulated by Miz. Miz disagrees, saying, "What have you done, WWE? I'm a 10-time WWE Tag Team Champion." I mean, which, by the way, is just going to lead into a match that happens next week. At least Nick Aldis is actually booking matches a week in advance. Nick Aldis, stop booking every single show in the middle of the show. Like, literally, this is him every show. Gentlemen, you're going to be in the main event in a tag team match tonight. On the night I booked it. Ladies, tag team match now. Bro, stop, bro. Please, book a match. Stop waiting for people to fight. Imagine if that doesn't happen, Nick Aldis. Imagine there's nobody fighting backstage in the ring or whatever like that. You're going to have a no-show planned. Unbelievable. It's time for the tag team match, and honestly, I don't care about this match at all. I could care less about this match because we've seen it 25 billion times at this point in time, where I even think we missed the MFT's entrance, which is crazy. Jimmy Uso does his moves to JC Orlis Mateo. Sami Zayn eventually gets tagged in, gets taken out by Tonga Loa. The other Tonga. We got this man who loses every single episode of Friday Night SmackDown. What's his name? Solo Sikoa attacking Sami Zayn. Of course, we all know what happens. It happens every week. It happens every single week. Solo has the advantage. Looks like he's going to be a dominant champion like he should be. But it turns into him getting a, Blue Thunder Bomb, into an Explorer Suplex, into a Helluva Kick for the 1, 2, 3. Are we serious right now? Again? 2 weeks in a row we having the United States Champion lose. I am tired of Solo losing, and Sami Zayn needs to turn heel. I'm tired of this babyface underdog. Happy go. Buddy, Sami Zayn is not an underdog if he wins every single match. That's not an underdog, buddy. No, that's not an underdog. That's a overdog, over pushed, should I say. And I'm done. I am done. I'm completely done with this episode of Friday Night SmackDown. It was absolutely just disgustingly bad. Boring. Crowd sucked. Get better, Boston. Chicago rules. That's what I have guys say. Hopefully Boston can get better because they absolutely are garbage. That's why Chicago is better. And we'll be for the rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye.